The icy and pure waters of Canada's North Atlantic Ocean. This is where you'll find the best lobster in the world. This is where independent fishermen from across Atlantic Canada rise with the sun to tend to their traps along our region's rugged coastlines.
I've been fishing lobster for about 25 years now, but around the water for, I guess, most of my working life. I enjoy it. We have a 2-month season here in May and June, and it's the best 2 months of my year.
Atlantic Canada's lobster fishery is carefully structured and managed to bring the highest quality lobster to market year-round. Our waters are divided into areas, each with its own season. Typically, the lobster season in Atlantic Canada peaks in the spring and late fall, but at least one district is always open, so there is a secure year-round supply of top-quality lobster.
In our spring season, we fish May and June here on the eastern end of PEI, and the north shore of PEI has some of the coldest water, and the lobsters are hard-shelled and fully meated and just coming out of dormancy, and they're probably some of the best lobster in the world, for sure.
Atlantic lobster has an unmatched sweet flavor and delectable texture. Our wild crustacean is available in a variety of ways. Live whole lobsters, frozen whole cooked lobsters, frozen raw tails, frozen cooked tails, claws, and canned meat.
We've been working at this a long time, and there's been a lot of great conservation methods put in place, whether it's trap limits or escape mechanisms, increased carapace sizes, buffer zones. We have one of the most sustainable fisheries on the globe.
Each lobster is pulled from the trap by hand, inspected and measured. Female lobsters bearing eggs, as well as small lobsters, are released to ensure the sustainability of this incredible natural resource. Atlantic Canada's lobster fishery is involved with a third-party environmental certification program. Our region is a world leader in its ability to identify and track all stages of the harvesting, production, processing, and distribution of its lobster. Back on shore, the fishermen unload their catches directly into waiting refrigeration trucks or into processing facilities. Lobsters that are to be sold live are sent to tidal pounds and inland seawater holding tanks that mimic the natural environment. New technology allows processors to quick freeze whole cooked lobsters and process lobster meat. The short time between harvesting and processing ensures that the lobster tastes as fresh as the day it was caught. You want to make sure that the lobster is nice and fresh. Like you can see, this guy is very lively and ready to go. The lobster shelf life out of water is approximately 30 to 40 hours. So when you do receive it, most of them will have ice packs on them. They'll be laying dormant and ready to go. So it's important that you don't leave them on your dock. You bring them directly to your walk-in cooler to keep them nice and fresh. When the lobster arrives, it'll be in this greenish color. The minute it hits the water, the pigment will change color to red. That doesn't mean it's quite ready, but that's the starting process of cooking your lobster. You'll get approximately out of 1.5 pounds lobster, 1 1/4 cups or 1 1/4 cups of meat actually out of the whole lobster. Lobster is an added value product. It's something that you could enhance any recipe with, and it marries perfectly with anything. It's great to be able to take a menu item at a certain level and bring it up a notch. The nutritional value of lobster is that they are high in omega-3. It's an excellent source of lean protein and contains far less saturated fat than an equal serving of any other meats and only 100 calories per serving. If I want to serve it in the restaurant, I might serve it hot or cold. Traditionally, in Atlantic Canada, we love to serve lobsters cold, dipped in hot butter. Consumers want to eat food that tastes good and is good for them and doesn't harm the environment getting to the table. Nothing fits the bill better than Atlantic Canada lobster. It's the star of any meal. Make it part of your menu.